We're on. I mean, it's on my screen.
Cool.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Sorry, there's a little bit of lag going on. So, um, anyway, greetings, viewers. Welcome to
Hello.
Tales of Witternacht, Tale of Sybil's Spear, Book 2, Chapter 16. Actual play D&D 5e game. I'm Silver. As always, I'll be your storyteller this evening. And with me are our players, Conrad, Dustin, AJ, Saga, and Jeff. Ernie will not be able to join us tonight, but
My boyfriend.
he will be here soon. Next week, probably. So, anyway, for those of you tuning in for the first time, or if you've missed a session, I'd like to encourage you to check out our previous sessions, which you can find on YouTube. I also like to direct you to our Discord server to join our community and interact with us. Links to both can be found in the About section of our Twitch channel. Before we begin, I want to thank Smiteworks for Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice, Sirenscape for our amazing ambient sound effects and music, Discord for our voice and video, and Wizards of the Coast for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the game we play. Tales of Witternacht is not an official representative of any of these companies, and the views and statements made during our game do not in any way represent those of the companies. Previously, on the Tale of Sybil's Spear, the adventuring party of Sybil's Spear, comprised of Zedri, Silenus, Kiesel, Alfred, and Jofriedr, formed through the tragedy of a shipwreck half a year ago after many misadventures around the world of Witternacht and beyond. They recently found themselves in Zedri's hometown of Ashmain. While investigating the Ashrot plague that had taken root in the poorer districts of the city, they befriended a captivating bartificer named Percy, who, along with a witch from Zedri's past, helped them determine that the only treatment for the plague was made from atana berries, which only grow in the swamp village of Swarnstead. Venturing to the village, which was suffering after a tidal wave had destroyed a large portion of its structures and citizens, they learned much from their guide Desi, who they met along the road, and at his suggestion, fought a group of sea beasts in the bay earlier this morning. The victory was met with adulation from the villagers, who threw an impromptu feast in their honor, and the leader of the village, Minister Heiza, offered aid to the party in the form of access to the Atana Grove and wagons to transport berries back to Ashmain. Percy, Kiesel, and Zedri visited the grove, met Izzy, a large aquatic creature who resided in the waters of the grove. They quickly became charmed by her and decided to stay in Swarnstead and help the villagers rebuild. They soon found out that Alfred had also been charmed by Izzy into the same desires, but Jofriedr and Silenus resisted. Silenus concocted a plan to free his friends from the presumed charm he thought had been placed on them. But when that didn't work, he and Jofriedr proceeded to assault their friends until they were able to break free of the charm. A mass fist fight broke out between the six inside their 10-foot by 10-foot room in the Swarnstead Lodge, and when the dust settled, the room was destroyed. Alfred was still charmed, and everyone else was battered and beaten. The party set their sights on the grove as the source of their troubles and the likely location of their still charmed friend, and set off to face their charmer. Jofriedr fumes with anger, Percy and Kiesel are fighting over who gets to kill Desi, and Silenus is calculating a plan to try and resolve things peacefully. Our story resumes as Jofriedr and Zedri enter the grove to the sight of Izzy rising to the surface of the water, her once pleasant appearance now replaced by a mouth of menacing teeth as she stares down the ones that hurt her friends and her home. Here in Swarnstead, it is early afternoon on the 10th day of Faderman, 296 years after the fall. Alfred, Zedri, and Jofriedr, roll me initiative.
Oh boy.
Well, that's not a good start. Oh, that got worse.
Oh no.
Oof.
Not a great start.
What are you
One thing working
talking
in your
about?
favor, Izzy rolled horrible on initiative and is the bottom of the order. So,
Great.
that being said, everybody else in this place rolled pretty damn good. So, Izzy's not alone. There's a lot of folks here. Alfred, I think, is like 10th in the initiative order. So,
Would it be fair to say that your fear is already raging?
so clarification points. You've ran several rounds of your dash, and since you have to take damage or make an attack during that
Yeah.
time, your rage would have dropped.
Okay.
But
I
you
have
could
more
choose
rages.
to continue to rage every other turn, every as it drops. But I think you have 4
Yeah.
with 6th level barb.
And I would have had 3
You
left.
would have
So I have
used
2. I probably
you
would
would have
have.
used 1 this morning.
Yeah, I probably would
I
have.
don't know if you used another one during the beating on each other. I don't recall you
No,
using it.
I
So
didn't, as he would not have been
yeah,
there
you'd have
for
2
him.
left
Yeah.
after that initial one that you declared last round.
Okay.
My Firebird is still out, and Haste is still up, though?
Haste is still up because it will have 8 rounds left. You guys have had 2 rounds go since you cast Haste and since the Rage went. So the Rage dropped the last round. Haste still has, because it goes for a minute, it's still got 8 rounds left going into this first round. And for clarifying where everybody's at, the 3 of you that are rolling initiative, you guys are all currently at the location. The rest of you will roll for initiative once we get to the round that you would get there. I'm running on the presumption of dash within each group. If there's anything additional I need to account for, I can adjust. But I think I should have things pretty well mapped out. But going into this first round, Jofriedr and Zedri each have used 15 feet of movement to reach the grove on this turn. So we're going to run with you're already here. So you've already used 15 feet. So when your turn comes around, you're actually still going to have the rest of your doubled movement and your extra action. You did not have to dash this turn. So you still have the rest of everything. Like I said, 3rd round since haste was cast, so there's still 8 rounds left, including this one. The rage dropped on Jofriedr. Alfred used 45 feet of movement to get to this point. So he has 15 feet of movement, but that would have been with a dash, so no action this turn.
Could we say that when I was getting healed, you said I still got healed, right?
Yes, you still got that one. Yep.
When I was getting healed, could he have used the Pearl of Power?
What's it take to use it?
In action.
So basically, that
I
is
went to
what
the-
one of the druids would be doing this round, would be the healing.
Okay, so no.
So one of the druids is just going to get skipped in the initiative order as being that's what they did, is they took care of you as you got there. It's going to be a little bit janky here to start with, just because the whole getting people onto the map.
I think I have
So
to
you'll
try.
have 15 feet of movement left and bonus action. Percy and Kiesel are dashing at this point in time, and by end of turn will be roughly 105 feet away from the grove still. And Silenus, at this point in time, this is when he is sparing the dying and just about to take off. So that's roughly where we're at time frame with everybody. All right. With that all being stated, as you step into the grove, see this menacing countenance of Izzy isn't so happy and friendly, knowing somewhat what has gone on, as she has been telepathically conversing with Alfred and attempting to assess the situation and find out exactly what happened. She appears quite angry as she stares you down with the big, mouthy, or toothy, large, massive mouth, just with a bellowing roar. The first time you've actually ever heard her speak naturally, as she just roars at the 2 of you coming in. And Okay. As you reach into this chamber, reach the threshold, hear this roar, and immediately watch as the waves, the water just rises up out of the pool. And I need strength saves from all three of you, as well as a lot of NPCs.
Oh no.
Ooh,
That
Jofriedr,
was
right on
almost
the
a
edge,
1.
just enough.
That was almost a 1 too.
I know.
14 is just enough. That is the DC. Drag it on to these other folks. Oh, nat 1
that
for
is a
you,
1.
Mr. Druid.
Ooh.
Mr. Commoner. Oh, that's
This-
another fail.
This is a tidal wave?
Nope.
Do I need to roll a
Yeah.
save for my
Oh.
wildfire spirit too?
No, on the ground. So
Nice.
Oh.
specifies on the ground, so it would be
Yo.
fine. Okay, who else I got left here? All right, a whole lot of fails. All right, Jofriedr and the guard are the only people that succeed. Let me share the map. You know what? I'll share it with all of you guys. You gotta, you
Wow.
people can telepathically see ahead and know what's going on and
What an
plan
honor.
things away. All right, as the water comes up out of the pool, reaches out to the edges of this, and then pulls in, just like pulling at your feet and trying to drag you back in. Jofriedr, just enough, you start to slip and keep your footing as everybody else is pulled into the water.
Oh, I love water.
How deep is the water?
Cedra, you're just barely in the water because 20 feet was pushing it. You can't see the bottom. It is quite cloudy, both because of the steam in here alone makes it really hard to see much too far in front of you. But then on top of that, just the water is fairly cloudy down below. Kind of think when the jets are going in a hot tub, there's no seeing the bottom. All right. That will be Izzy's lair action. She doesn't have to roll for that initiative roll. So, all right.
Wonderful.
And we're off to the commoner. Which I believe this is the one. Where's my commoner? Oh, okay. Sorry. Missed which commoner I was working with. All right. He's just gonna no dash, just head on over. And the guard, not knowing what to do as he's in the water, is just going to swim back out, climb up the edge. That'll complete his turn.
Is the guard hostile?
Towards you? No.
Oh, right. Of course. My bad.
Twargaman just traded with 2 viewers.
Commoners roll really good initiative rolls. All right. Hey, welcome Raid from TOI Gaming.
Hello.
Oh,
Just getting
Thank you.
started in some combat with a big ugly. So she's really nice though. She's ugly
my
on the
friend.
outside.
Still to be seen about if he's ugly or not on the inside.
We'll find out soon enough.
Jofriedr will definitely find out soon enough.
Yep.
You're doing better now, AJ? Okay. Sorry, I had to reset the music, so. Alright, that's gonna be it for the commoner. Brings us to the druid, who's with Alfred. Alright. It's a whole lot of people, but we made it to Alfred. And there was
Yeah.
no damage involved in the pulling into the water, so.
Well, that's fantastic. Alfred's gonna quickly get out of the water. Do I have enough movement for that?
From there, yeah.
Okay. This is a whole new round now. We're not going under any. Like I have
Oh,
all
that's
my-
right. So you'd
my
still have.
faculties.
Yeah, you'd still be. So you and this commoner up here, that's what I was looking for when we were looking at the audio stuff. You'd be prone because you wouldn't be able to get up once you get off, but you'd be able to get to the shore.
Okay. But I wouldn't have action or.
Correct. Your action
Okay.
was already used to dash to get here, and
Alright.
you'd have a bonus action, is all.
I don't have a bonus action quite right now, so. Next, Jofriedr.
Alright, Jofriedr is running his last 25 feet up. And with
Alright.
bloodlust in his eyes, he is going to rage. And with a reckless attack on Izzy.
Oh, come on. That big eye. She's cute. Oh.
Alright. And then his
You hear in your head as you're swinging at her, as she continues to telepathically communicate. Why do you want to hurt me and my friends?
Yeah, he's completely shutting that out and using his second attack.
That'll hit.
Nice.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Big damage.
Yeah, so he's just coming in one big wide swing and then back the other way with another wide one.
All right.
That's his turn.
Doesn't seem to be too phased by the damage other than the voice in your head pleading with you to stop hurting her and her friends. As we go to the other commoner, it's gonna just get up to the shore. And Zedri, down in the water. Actually, at the end of the commoner's turn, we'll use a legendary action on you.
Ooh.
So as you are bobbing away in the water, attempting to keep your position, what do we want to use here? Yeah, not on you. Jofriedr. Izzy's tail comes swinging up over top. And... Oh, that's right, because you reckless. I'm like, why am I having advantage here? I mean, I'll take it, but still. All right, 26 to hit. Oh, that's a lot of ones. 11 partially resisted down to 5 as she just goes and hits. Little, maybe might leave a bruise on the arm. Nothing big. Doesn't even bounce you out of place. All right. Cedric.
Yeah, Zedri will go ahead and pull himself out of the water. So we don't know how deep it is, but the temperature, since this is kind of like a hot spring, does it feel uncomfortable or?
For you? No.
Oh, it reminds
Feels
me of the
about perfect.
springs.
That resistance to fire damage. Heat's not a big deal.
Okay, cool. All right.
It's definitely hot, but not to the point that it hurts you.
Yeah.
So is it like hot tub hot or hotter than hot tub?
I don't know. You have to jump in and try it out.
Only the 2 fire hearts have been in.
Zedri is gonna look over at Izzy and look over at Alfred, uncomfortable with the situation that they find themselves in since they kind of rushed into this. He's gonna go ahead and whistle for the Firebird to fly over to Jofriedr, and he's gonna go ahead and kind of step over to Jofriedr along with the Firebird and cast Cure Wounds on Jofriedr.
Okay.
And I'll get the additional D8 because of my
Using your modifier
bond. Yep. So I'll do level 1 and then roll an additional D8s. So another
Look at those
2
class.
healing.
Look at us using those class abilities.
We got it on lock.
On lock.
All right. Reaching out, giving a little bit of healing to your barbarian friend as he looking pretty minorly injured at this point.
So Zidra's just gonna stand there and say, "Listen, I know that you're probably like blinded by rage right now, but I did just want to put out there, like maybe we could try to resolve this amicably between the two of us, maybe." And he is also looking past Jofriedr towards Izzy, as Izzy just slammed down on Jofriedr, so she's kind of part of the problem too. But that's gonna be his turn. He's not gonna use his hasted action at all.
I'd have Izzy respond to you, but since she kind of did that with her reaction to Jofriedr, we'll leave it alone. All right, at the end of your turn, Cedric shall use another legendary.
Another?
That's not nice. She shouldn't do that to her friends.
Jofriedr's never been her friend.
That's fair.
That's fair.
A little bit better on the damage, but your resistance goes and keeps those tail slaps from being much more than minor slaps. 8 to 16 reduced to 8. You take another swing from her tail before it goes to her turn. And on her turn, her tentacles come up out of the water, and she immediately goes and attempts to hit you, Jofriedr, with a tentacle attack. 20 to hit. They don't hurt as bad as the tail. Oh gosh, double ones, minimum damage.
Nice.
8 reduced down to 4. Give me a con save. All right. All right, this tentacle goes and hits you on the arm, and you just feel like a little bit of burning go into your arm as it hits. Give me a perception. Yeah, you watch as something's on your arm, and it just kind of looks like a film at first, but with a dirty 20. There's like little things digging down into your arm, burrowing in through your skin. You know what? With a dirty 20, I'll even give you that they look like tiny little Izzies, like really, really microscopic little half-inch long.
Fantastic.
That's uncomfy.
All right, and second attack, gonna go after the wildfire spirit. Oh, it's not letting me target the wildfire spirit. Oh, that's not the one I want.
That is horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
That is...
I wonder if, since you put the spirit out, it's not letting me do it, so I'll drag her back out there. Try this again. 24 to hit.
Yeah.
15 damage as it hits into your wildfire spirit. What immunities does your wildfire spirit have?
Fire.
Just fire? Okay.
And then
give
it
me
has
a
condition
con
immunities.
save.
Wow.
Condition immunities or damage immunities?
It just has the fire immunity for damage, but
Okay.
does it have condition?
Charm,
You
frightened,
said?
grappled, prone, restrained.
Okay, yeah, none of those would apply here. 13. Yeah. Okay, third attack. And we're going to go back to Jofriedr.
Ooh,
24 to hit.
rough
Damn.
one.
$13 reduced down to 6 as you take another slap from the tentacles. Thankfully, they're not attempting to try and like grab you, but oh, and I forgot to drag the damage for the film on your arm. As it melts away at your skin, as these things start to burrow in, you take acid damage. 12 reduced down to 6. So Jofriedr taking a pretty good beating from Izzy, but that is all Izzy can do. I feel like it was a pretty good turn for her. So that'll put us to the top of round 2. As we get to the top of round 2, find my sheet so I don't miss where everybody's at. So, okay. So, regular round, nobody new arriving this round. Percy and Kiesel are going to continue dashing towards the grove. At end of turn, they'll be at 45 feet away, so should be able to get here next turn. Silenus is now dashing out the door and is about 130 feet away from the grove by end of turn. And the rest of you have your full actions, bonus actions, movement, those that were already engaged in combat. And to start the round, Izzy gets her lair action. Okay. This is one of those that I don't really care for how they have it set up in here. Okay. Intelligence saves from Cedri and Alfred
Okay.
and Jofriedr. This is more in your wheelhouse there, Alfred.
Sure.
I really want to pass this.
Alright.
This is the one I'm going to burn my inspiration on. I
See, it's
really
not
do.
a history check, so
Right? Those are the only ones that work, right?
that's the only good intelligence I'm at.
Does a 14 pass?
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Well, 22 passes.
All right, 14 and 22. You guys both. 14 just succeeds. That is the DC.
Oh,
So, Jofriedr. Suddenly, just everything shifts in your mind. And in front of you is Alyona, floating in the water attempting to keep where she's at. Behind you, what's the worst clan you've ever dealt with?
Probably that most recent one.
Okay. Yeah, behind you, you see the image of one of those members of that clan is right behind you where Zedri's actually standing. You see this other being. I will clarify that it's not Zedri looks like this person. It's that you're seeing this thing where Zedri is. If Zedri moves, this does not move with Zedri. So, okay. Yeah, the other two succeed. So that will do it for that one. And yeah, commoners. Coming at you, Zedri. Big mean commoners with clubs.
They're gonna curb stomp me too, I guess.
Not with a 3, they ain't.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
We
They're a
needed
little
some
lighter
good
on your
news.
feet.
Especially with your hasted +2 AC, so. Alright, the guard comes up behind you and will attempt to attack with his spear. And miss. Man, they are rolling horrible. Good for the party. Okay. I'll keep track of all these people. They're swarming Zedri. Still miss. Oh, it's because this one's still listed as prone. That's why. Like, so I actually wouldn't be able to get this far anyway, so. Alright, druids. Actually gonna pop another healing to you there, Alfred.
Really? That's so
Hey,
kind of them.
You're on the good side.
I love my friends.
And it's actually going to move onto the other side of you to kind of act as a defense for you. All right. Sentry. As this druid comes running down the boardwalk towards you, you're engaged with these commoner and the guard, and Jofriedr's looking a little bit off. Give me a con save. Damn. Nice con save. All right. So that will be... You take 3 damage as you feel some of your life force just like pulled away a little bit. You're kind of familiar with this one. You know where this one's going. As you get withered to let somebody else bloom. But resisting half of the whopping 6 damage that it rolled.
Oh, how the turntables.
And Izzy will roll a d10. Plus... plus 2, 9. All right. Izzy will heal up 9 points off the Wither and Bloom. And that'll do it for that one's turn. That one's just going to run up. Nothing else. Commoner. Done. And Alfred. Feeling pretty good. Minimal injuries at this point in time. Jofriedr's hitting your friend. Don't know what's going on there. Zedri's wildfire spirit's out over there, but not hitting your friend at the moment. Don't know what's going on.
It's looking kind of rough. Alfred's kind of confused at the moment. He's going to sidestep this druid and run along the coast here. As he does so, he's going to take out his cannon mount, and then on top of that, a familiar like blue sphere is going to attach to it, and he's going to have the protector attachment.
All right.
He's going to yell out, "What's everyone doing? Why are you hitting each other?" And he is going to activate the protector drone.
Okay.
And it's going to be on everyone in his 10-foot radius. He's going to consider everyone an ally.
Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting.
So it looks like that'd be the one druid that was healing you, the one commoner next to Zedri, and then Zedri, the wildfire spirit,
Yeah.
Jofriedr, and Izzy.
Oh god. Dragging.
Everybody's getting a little pick-me-up, a little boost out there.
And that's just going to be Alfred's turn. He's going to continue yelling out in confusion, like, "Why are you guys hitting each other? Izzy, what are you doing? Jofriedr, why are you?" And that's going to be it.
And Izzy will react with giving you a... He tried to hurt you, and he hurt my friends, and he's... Zedri blew up the lodge.
We need to stop and talk about this.
Alright, at the end of Alfred's turn, Izzy's gonna use a legendary. No, she's not. Never mind. We're gonna leave it alone. Alfred's having some influence.
You're welcome.
Jofriedr.
So looking in the direction of Izzy after his swing, as this effect or whatever happens, you'll see like his shoulders like slump for a second, and he's gonna turn back to Zedri, or in the direction of Zedri, and he's just gonna tense up again, and he's swinging in that direction, which unfortunately happens to be Zedri.
No. Oh no.
Thank God that misses.
Never been so happy for something to miss in your life.
Let's hope the second one misses.
Not so much there, but
Ah.
The hope
poor
is there.
Zedri.
Oh.
Been a couple rough sessions.
Oh no.
Zedri.
Oh no!
And now he's
Your concentration too.
And now he's lethargic.
At least that's just for haste. He didn't use it, so I mean. But
Means he's stunned for a round.
yeah, no, this is that would be his turn though.
Yeah, what's the wording on that,
Bad.
AJ?
For
When the
haste?
haste drops.
Oh yeah, I can't take an action or, more importantly, move.
Okay.
So
But not a specific effect. It's just those things. You lose those things.
oh yeah. Hmm.
Which is something we have to keep track of. Okay. All right. Commoner and then Zedri.
Yeah, Zedri absolutely like slumps to the ground, just like crippled over in pain from the smacking that Jofriedr just gave him. And he kind of like tries to look up towards the wildfire spirit, but he can't even talk at this point because he's so exhausted. So the wildfire spirit would take the dodge action since I'm not giving it any commands, but that'll be my turn.
Okay. Which it's supposed to go right after you, right? Or part of yours, something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right after me.
Okay. So it's got the dodge action on it. Check. Oh, I thought that was something that I could give it, but apparently not. All right, bring us back to Izzy. Izzy is going to submerge.
Oh no.
Move to go underneath the boardwalk and come back up on the other side. And make a tentacle attack on Zedri. 27 to hit.
Zedri
12 damage, and
is-
Zedri is thoroughly beaten at this point. Zedri, give me a con save.
And how much
Got
damage
this.
would I be
You
able to
got
see Zedri
this.
take before Alfred becomes enraged at that? Zedri is quite precious to Alfred.
I think at the end of this turn, I'll let you do a wisdom save.
Right, this is not like happy beating that we were doing in the tavern.
Well, and
or in
that
the
combined with your attempt to persuade Izzy to back off, I think.
You did say early on into when our
Yeah,
this charm
the
stuff
core
happened.
programming part.
Yeah.
All right, so you take 8 acid damage, Zedri, as just going up across your neck and down where this tentacle just hit you. Give me a perception check. $17. Just the burning of this acidic mucus that's just like covering your arm, just like sticky substance that's just burning in. But then you also just happen to notice with the 17 that these little tadpole-like creatures are like burrowing into your skin before it swings at you again.
Oh, that's
All
my
right, as you
HP.
go down, as the second tentacle attack drops you down, Alfred, give me a wisdom save.
Okay, thank you. Not thank you.
It's just what needed to happen. He'll be better. He'll be fine in a little bit. Gonna bring him out of it. All right, as Zedric goes down, Izzy is going to forgo any further attacks on her turn and bring us to the top of the third round. As you go to the top of the third round, Percy and Kiesel, I need initiative rolls, which I need. Who's playing Kiesel? I'd say probably not Dustin this time because he's on the other side at the moment. So Zedri, you're knocked out. Do you want to play Kiesel?
Oh, jeez. All right, sure. I wasn't really prepared for that.
Or, I mean, if somebody else wants to play Kiesel, it's
I-
fine too. I just was throwing that out there.
Also be
Salinas
down
has
to
got a
play
couple
him.
rounds before he arrives,
Yeah.
so he can play Kiesel too. So,
I think Conrad should do it.
all right.
I was also going to offer, considering trying to see who will get Desi first, Percy or Kiesel.
That way you get to fight. You have somebody to
Yeah.
actually combat with over who gets to
Yeah.
kill Desi. All right, you should be able to claim Kiesel. There, Conrad.
That's
Let me find it.
pretty good initiative.
Yeah, in this battle, 18 is pretty high up in the order.
At least someone's going good.
I normally roll terrible initiative.
Well, Izzy's rolling quite well.
Bam!
Hell yeah!
Kiesel's bringing A game. Kiesel will be top of the order this round, so... Alright, so... Percy and Kiesel, you did have to dash to get here on this turn, but you have... When it comes to your turn, which Kiesel, you'll be up next. I gotta move the round up to it. But anyway, you have 15 feet of movement left. No action, but do have bonus action if there's anything to do with that. For Kiesel. Percy, you have 25 because you technically have more speed there. You have an extra 10 feet that you can move. And I will put those two on the map. Do you guys have a preference to who's on top, who's on bottom of the map?
It gets top bunk.
Gets top
I don't
bunk,
think it
gets
matters.
bottom bunk.
If you get top bunk, it doesn't mean you get to kill Desi. That's just settle that right now. But all
We're
right,
still
so
gonna fight for it.
Kiesel has 15 feet of movement and a bonus action. Just for clarification for the rest of the round, Silenus is he's dashing and will be about 60 feet from the grove at the end of turn, so should arrive next turn.
Okay.
So Kiesel's up.
Don't worry, there's plenty of fight left.
Kiesel running into the area. Zedri is laying crumpled on the ground, battered and beaten. Jofriedr standing over Zedri with his axe in hand. And the Wildfire Spirit... Does Wildfire Spirit stay out when you're unconscious?
It technically does.
Okay. All right. So the Wildfire Spirit's just kind of floating there next to Zedri's motionless body. And Alfred looks confused and concerned as he looks on. What do you want to do, Kiesel?
Kiesel's going to run up. Oh, Alfred, gotta heal him.
I don't know what I need to do.
Gonna let him die? He's hurt.
All right. Any bonus action from Kiesel?
He doesn't really have any bonus actions.
Okay.
In this, for right
He
now.
got his
All right.
what's it called? Blade Master. Full arm master.
That's only if he takes the attack action.
Oh shit, you're right. My bad.
All right. As we get to the lair action on Izzy, Jofriedr, the illusion in your head drops. That's Zedri in front of you that you're standing over, and there's no sign of Alyona behind you or anywhere. Things are back to what they were before.
He's probably
And
even more pissed now.
fair. I need strength saves from everybody on the coast here. So, everybody except for Zedri, because I believe you just automatically fail in your unconscious state.
Does Percy need to do it?
Yep.
Alfred's
Why do
gonna
I
build
have
himself
advantage?
some
Oh.
gauntlets of ogre strength.
That's be pretty boss.
Why did I have advantage on that?
Rage.
Yeah, you're raging.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the one thing I forgot about because
It doesn't usually come
I've
up.
never used it. Yeah.
Nice on Kiesel's end. Okay. Let me drag it on all the rest of these folks.
What? 3 11s in a row.
The 11, 11, 11 make a wish.
Ooh. Druid got nat
He got a
20.
nat 20. He came to play today. I think that should be everybody. All right, and what did we have for party? Fails versus successes. Kiesel, the two marshals are up. Alfred and Percy failed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One more. All right, all of those folks. That covers that. Commoner in the water. It's just gonna get up. Percy, over to your turn. As you get pulled by this riptide of water, comes out of the pond, comes up, rips you by the feet, and pulls you down, just barely into the water, but enough. As you're, you good swimmer?
I think we established last time we were dealing with water is that Percy also does not know how to swim.
All right.
So she's very quickly going to pull herself back to the ground.
Yeah, and you'd have 25 feet of movement, so it'd take 15 to get up out of the water, but 10 gets you to it, so you'd be
Okay.
right on the shore.
Yes,
Yep.
right there.
Yep. And up.
And can
And
I
you still have a
see-
bonus action.
Alright, so I have a bonus action. I'm going to then gonna give Jofriedr gonna yell at him. Look, we need to survive this. I need a really good story, and we don't get a good story if we all drown. And I'm gonna give him bardic inspiration.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Nice.
All right. Put us to the guard. All right. He's just going to make it to the shore, but be prone because he can't quite get. Or no. Half his movement, so just enough to get there. Okay. Commoner number 25. Up on the shore. Commoner 27. Trust me, there's not actually this many commoners. Just the nice naming conventions.
I just realized where are the birds?
Good question. Let's put them out there. Where do you want them?
They'll probably
They wouldn't have
still...
been pulled in, so
No,
they
yeah,
could
because
be.
they're flying. So they're probably still like right at the entrance and stuff.
So yeah, they would still, because they take their turn right after you, correct?
Yes.
So whatever you want to do with their turn, we can do that quick. Let's see.
I'll let them stay there. We'll say that they were kind of a little bit
Doing dodge.
behind. Yeah.
All right. Okay, Commoner 5 is going to come up and swing at Kiesel. My gosh, that Commoner.
Oh,
He's out
Take that
for
1d4.
he's out for bruises.
apparently.
Swing for 2 damage, and that'll put us to the druids. All right, Kiesel, Zedri's. Oh, nice. Zedri, you're in the water, I suppose.
Oh, so Zedri's drowning?
Drowning rules are weird.
They are really weird. Okay.
How many rules are weird?
Druid. Percy and Kiesel notice as vines start to grow up around your feet, coming up out of the earth in this 20-foot square. As I need a strength saving throw.
No, they cast ensnaring vines.
Entangle.
Entangle.
12. That is just enough to beat it. What's Kiesel got? Conrad?
Sorry. Sure.
Kiesel
what was the
strength
question?
save.
Another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood.
Dang.
22. Damn. All right. Both managed to not be restrained. That square is now difficult terrain, so that is it for its turn. Druid out of the water. Druid out of the water. Commoner out of the water. Alfred, back in the water again.
Yeah.
Second time you've been
unfortunate.
forced to swim.
Very unfortunate. Would I have been able to see where Zedri got whisked away to?
Give me a disadvantage perception,
Alright.
since you were being swept away at the same time.
That's fair. You said perception, not performance. Alright.
Whew, nice disadvantage
See?
roll. With a 17, you know that he was pulled into the water away on the other side.
Alright. I will get up, and then I have 15 feet, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, that's not far enough. Can I get to, like, here, I guess? Would I be able to see Zedri
Yeah.
from this point?
Give me another disadvantage perception roll.
Oh, wonderful. I'm just gonna roll this perception roll. I'm not gonna speak on its behalf.
With an 11, you can't find him yet. You can keep on searching, but you don't see him yet.
Actually, yeah, that's kind of what Alfred will do. He'll take his action and dash, and try and round the corner and see if until he like runs into Zedri, basically. Why am I in the middle
Okay.
there?
So give me perception without disadvantage at this point.
Okay. 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 Okay.
You're searching. At this point in time, all right, I'll give you an option here. I'll let you re-roll it to turn it into an advantage roll, but you have to succeed on an athletics swimming check first.
Oh, I'm wonderful at that.
Yes, swimming rolls, and Alfred. It was a great start to this campaign.
How's a 12?
It's basic swimming, so all right, I'll let you do the roll.
Okay.
So roll again, and
As long as I don't get a 5, it's not a 5.
11. Okay,
Not a 5.
Say you just are just like kind of almost blindly searching as you're focusing on making sure you don't lose your breath underwater, and just at the last second you grab a hold of his ankle.
All right. I guess if that's the last part of my turn, that will be my turn then. Unless I can, like, at least keep his head above water or something, now that I've found him.
So you'd still have movement left because you chose to dash once you were in. You've only moved 10 feet, so you'd still have 20.
Would I be able to pull him?
Be at half speed. As long as he's within your weight limit, which I'm pretty sure Zedri's not a massive being.
So 10 feet up.
Yeah, you could go 10 feet straight up and get... I would say you'd be at the surface at that point.
Okay. Yeah, Alfred will pull Zedri to the coast.
There we go. Alfred the lifeguard. Who would have thought it?
I found my calling.
This is what we call character development.
Apparently.
Alright, so you'd be able to pull him up right where you're at, but you're up at surface level, so he's no longer submerged.
Okay, that's ideal.
Got him under the rescue arm around him, ready to drag him to shore. Making David Hasselhoff proud.
As long as it's the David Hasselhoff from SpongeBob.
Exactly. None other.
Oh.
The one where he shoots SpongeBob and Patrick from between his pectorals.
Oh my god.
No.
All right, Jofriedr. Actually, at the end of Alfred's turn, I'm gonna take another tail slap there, Jofriedr.
Oh.
Those love taps. Are going to attempt to. We'll see. 26. 13. Partially absorbed because of your temporary HP, so only taking 1. It is definitely just a little love tap as it goes through this protective barrier, absorbs most of it before you feel it just like diminish and go away and just get that little scratch. All right. What you got, Jofriedr?
Yeah, after seeing just for a quick second everything come back to reality, Zedri laying at his feet, and then the jet swept away, he's even more pissed. He sees Izzy over here, right?
Yeah.
Alright. He's gonna step over on the dock, and we're gonna take a swing. Recklessly. Of course.
That'll hit.
Ooh, low damage. But that's okay, I have a second attack.
That'll hit too. Much better damage.
Did we determine if Jofriedr had used his action surge this morning with the other battle? I think he did. I can't remember.
Did.
He did, okay.
He did, yeah.
Just making sure.
That's correct.
Yeah, so he's gonna take 2 more wild swings into Izzy. Just screaming at this point, and that's his turn.
All right. Commoner number 12. Up on the shore. Cedric, give me a death save. In the tower, of course. All right.
And since I'm incapacitated, my wildfire spirit is allowed to take any action, not just dodge.
It's going wild now.
It's going to attack Alfred. No, I'm just kidding. It is going to go ahead and fly over towards the two. And then it's going to kind of like circle around ever so slightly, and it's gonna go ahead and land on Cedric and kind of like cock its head over towards Alfred, and then kind of like look over at the shore, and it's just kind of looking between Alfred and the shore.
That it?
That is its turn. Yes.
Okay. That brings us back to Izzy. Alright, well, Jofriedr, targets are few and far between now, so... $28 to hit. Oh, it got good damage this time. 17 reduced to 8, but you're starting to show a little bit of damage there.
It's hurting a little bit.
Second attack. 23 to hit. Almost had a 1 there. Boy, 17 damage back to back.
I'm under half now.
Yeah, let me review this quick.
You're not getting hit down hard in one hit. It's
Okay.
a death of 1,000 cuts.
Third attack.
Slap, more like it. It's not
23 to
even
hit.
bleeding hits, it's just bludgeoning.
Just smacking you around a little bit. All right, 11 this time, reduced to 5. So it's she's working away at you, but it's a
I'm working
long
away at her,
process.
Ooh.
All right, that'll bring us to the top of the round, and as we go to the top of the round, we are now 4th round, and Silenus will arrive this round. So Silenus, give me an initiative roll.
Congratulations. Now you have 2 characters.
Yay! You're here.
Okay, and you did have to dash to get here on this turn, so you'll have 10 feet of movement and a bonus action when we get to your point in the order here. So, Kiesel, your other character. You're in difficult terrain as these vines have grown up, making it difficult to move around in there. So movement is at half speed while in there.
Are the commoners are attacking me?
Correct. Well, at least the one is. Fair to presume they are all bad. I think Kiesel would.
Yeah. Does Kiesel spot Desi here anywhere?
Give me a perception.
If that's what it's gonna be on his mind, I think.
Oh, you mean
If I
Izzy?
get there first, there's no competition. It's just done.
Yeah.
No sign of him.
Okay. Kiesel attack the commoners. I think Kiesel's not worried about the commoners. I think he's just wants to hit Izzy. Can he get over to Izzy?
Don't even
Yeah.
up 5 feet forward. He's got 10
Yeah.
feet reach with the blade.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
you're
the
right.
Or he could go,
Sure.
yeah, he could go there, or he could go next to Jofriedr. He could get that far too. So,
Yeah, if he just goes right here, he can reach Izzy.
yeah.
And just poke.
Poke.
Think about that. Nice. Kiesel is going to going to bonus action fighting spirit.
Okay.
And then he's going to attack. Double fives.
Ouch.
Damn.
Oh my.
These rolls. Pretty bad.
Swings going in. He's standing right on the edge of the dirt and mud and trying to get that glaive in there at full distance and just not able to get enough dig into a pretty thick hide on Izzy. All right. Bonus action, move, action. That it for Kiesel?
Is it for Kiesel?
Okay. Back to the lair actions. Actually, end of Kiesel's turn. Izzy will go ahead and use legendary. Kiesel doesn't look like much of a threat, so we're just gonna keep sticking with slap at Jofriedr with the tail. 21 to hit. 19 reduced to 9.
Getting closer.
That one smarted a little bit more. Less of a love tap. As you kind of like pushed up against this commoner over on the side who's a little bit confused as to how he ended up in between you and Kiesel. Alright, so lair action. Percy and Kiesel. Give me intelligence saves.
I'm pretty good at that.
I'm going to double check, but I think Jofriedr is now immune. Yes. So.
I ain't falling for that shit, Ann.
Can only be tricked once.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, well, you don't get that opportunity. It's ridiculous.
I think that's how the old adage goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, what do you got, Kiesel?
Intelligence save.
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to process doing my planning shenanigans and also running Kiesel. No, it was almost a 20.
Alright, so Percy, 14 is just enough.
Okay.
As the effect does not sink in on you, but Kiesel... surveying the scene and seeing what's around you, Percy over there looks like General Tusilius. Or General Tusilius appears to be standing where Percy's standing. We'll put it, that's how we did it with the other one. So there, and he is barking commands and ordering Kiesel, and Kiesel doesn't know why the hell he's here, but he is here. There's no rationalizing it. It just, yep, Tusilius is here, and he's in league with Izzy. He's part of this deal. And he is here to finish the job that didn't get finished all those years ago. All right, that is it for the lair action. Commoner, who's standing in between the two marshals, is going to swing that mighty club at good old Jofriedr. 18! Man, this commoner came to play today. Take that. Oh, max damage
That
of
2
4.
damage.
Reduced to 2. Love tap on the back. It's kind of like, yeah, up there a little bit higher. Get it over. There we go.
Oh, I thought it'd been more of a mosquito.
No, it's 2. I mean, it wasn't 1. All right. Percy and the Avian Defenders.
All right, so looking at all of this chaos, I'm just gonna reach her hand out and is going to cast a level 3 Shatter on Izzy.
Ooh.
All right.
Damn.
Okay. And she saves, but she still takes half damage. So.
Okay, so where's your radius sphere going? Because it's 10-foot radius.
So,
Let's see.
if I do it
You want to
right,
go as far away as possible? I think you're still going to hit Jofriedr.
so if it's 10 foot, if I were to do it like.
I guess you could go down
this-
bottom left corner.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, if you did bottom left corner, it'd just be her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Did 7 damage.
It's really rough on those damage rolls, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 14 reduced to 7 as Izzy just kind of reels, and you're a new threat on the board, Percy.
And I'm gonna move a few steps backwards
Okay.
away from the water. And then my birds. These wonderful birds of mine are gonna go and swoop in on the commoner that's right between Jofriedr and Kiesel, and they're gonna start pecking.
All right. Flurry of beaks.
Beaks.
Ooh, nice roll. That'll
And-
definitely hit the commoner. He just starts pecking away at this commoner who was already confused as to why he's in between, and just like starts taking damage.
He's
like
been
a-
hitting Jofriedr, so Percy's like, all right, I at least got to get him to where he's running away. Or dead.
Either or work.
Either or will be good.
If he didn't have the temporary hit points that Alfred gave everybody over there, he probably would have been dead. So, all right. Anything else?
That's my turn.
Yeah, actually, I was
Jofriedr
looking
still
at it.
has bardic inspiration, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So that's my turn.
Okay. The guard over on the shore is going to come over to swing at Percy. $13 misses.
Misses.
That gets us to commoner number 25. Going to come in on Kiesel. That misses. Commoner number 27. I think that's the one all the way up here that's been slowly making their way over here.
I can go
Commoner
the other
number-
direction.
Commoner 5 as Kiesel moved away, going to... Suppose should have made an attack of opportunity before, but didn't, so... Oh well. 10 dodges, missed, and that'll bring us to the druid. it's gonna... just gonna move and stay put there. This druid's gonna come up next to Jofriedr and bend down to cast Cure Wounds on Izzy. At 2nd level. And the other druid is gonna do the same thing. Commoner 34, slowly making his way into the fray. Alfred, having your dear friend in your arms, ready to tow him to shore.
In my clutches, yes, I dearly want him ashore where land is and not water. I guess we'll just go horizontally, like so.
All right.
Can I make a wisdom save for the state of Zedry?
So you already made a wisdom save for the state of Zedry and were convinced that everything was fine when he went down. The pulling into the water, everybody's getting pulled into the water.
Okay.
And that's not directly tied to Izzy, so I'd say probably not.
Okay. Under those pretext, Alfred will fish into his bag, pull out a potion of greater healing, and carefully but surely pour it into Zedry's mouth.
All right.
I can't remember our rules on that. Do I roll those if I use my action?
Yeah.
Okay. 44 plus... I can't...
44 plus 4.
Yeah.
34 healing.
No, I couldn't, like, drag and drop it. It's not actually a thing.
Yeah, you can...
Nice.
If you go into the
Nice.
spells, you can actually go find the item and put it in your actions so that you can just drag it.
Oh.
Certain ones are in there that way, so... But, alright, 13 healing to Zedry.
17. There's plus 4
Oh, so yeah,
on it.
plus the 4. Yep. As Zedry comes to in your arms there, and actually
Zedry.
pretty decent health.
Zedry, are you okay?
Yeah, what did the water wash off the darn acid that was burning through my skin?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, cool. Then he's just
There are
his hand
still a little bit
immediately
of
goes.
blood that's
Yeah.
coming from the little holes.
Yeah, before his eyes even open, his hands like reaching for his shoulder since he saw those things kind of entering in.
You're okay. I've got you.
Alright, anything else on your turn, Alfred?
No, that'll be it for me.
Okay.
Please and thank you.
I get the prone off of you there. At the end of your turn, Izzy's going to take a legendary action. Continue slapping away at Jofriedr over here. He started this thing. 28 to hit. Seven damage. 15 reduced to 7. And then it's Jofriedr's turn. 24 hits.
Decent damage. All right.
Give me a con save.
Jofriedr's looking pretty rough.
I am looking pretty rough.
As you cleave into Izzy for the umpteenth time at this point, just a spray of greenish blue blood comes spraying out on you, and just not exactly the same as the mucousy slime that was put on you from the tentacle. A little bit different as it goes. It doesn't hurt, but just feel it seeping into your skin. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Yeah. That one was close.
Wow.
Oh.
All right, Jofriedr as you miss with that second attack, kind of feel thrown off a little bit, just a hair at 16 from that first attack and that spray of blood and the effect of it. You can't breathe. Your lungs quit working. Just you are not breathing and just suddenly gasping for air. What's your con mod?
+6. Or no, sorry, that's
No.
a save. +3.
+3. Okay. Yeah, you are unable to breathe, and per suffocation rules, in 3 rounds, you will be incapacitated.
Yeah, well, he's got tunnel vision. Once he realizes he can't hold his breath, he's like, alright, well, I got this and this much time to keep on swinging away. But,
right.
that's his turn.
Commoner female. Oh, over here with Zedri and the guard. Zedri, it's moving out of your range, so you can make an attack of opportunity on the commoner if you so choose to use your reaction. All right,
no.
otherwise she's running over and hitting Percy.
Zedri's still unconscious and prone, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Good catch. Well, I guess he is still prone because he hasn't gotten up yet. We haven't gotten to his
fair.
turn. But
Fair.
good call on the unconscious for sure. 7 misses, commoner. So Silenus into the fight.
Ooh. What does Selena see when he comes running through the gate?
She come through this pile of people all lined up on the boardwalk. Jofriedr looking beat to shit at this point, in just horrible condition. A commoner in between him and Kiesel that also looks about ready to fall over. Izzy doesn't look too rough a shape as you see her with her mouth agape and definitely not the pleasant figure that she appeared to be before. And over to your left, Zedri's on the ground. He's conscious. He's breathing. Everything seems to be okay other than he's on the ground, and Alfred at his side, kneeling. And a guard in between the two of them who looks to be focused more on Percy as well as the commoner that's next to Percy as she's engaged in combat with 2 individuals. There's also this field of vines spread across a good portion of the bank here. And very steam-filled environment that outside of 30 feet, get past 30 feet from you, it gets to be difficulty to be able to try and see targets.
Okay. I have a bonus action, yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Heal the commoner. Solid choice.
Can I use my bonus action to try to make a persuasion check?
Yeah. I think we've kind of liberally said you can do a little bit of conversation in each of your turns as a free action.
Right. Right. All of you, please, you need to stop this right now. Jofriedr, you need to stop attacking Izzy, and Izzy, you really need to stop attacking us, and we need to talk about this.
All right. Give me a persuasion check.
Woo!
Oh,
Big roll. All right. Alfred, give me... This is always a tricky one, because what is the response? What is the... Aside from an insight, what is the opposition to a persuasion?
Yeah.
Is it a charisma save? Is it a wisdom save? Because insight's wisdom, which would suggest it's a wisdom save. Group decision on what should be the appropriate...
I'd probably say wisdom save, yeah.
I would
Okay.
say wisdom or intelligence, because it's just like trying to logic out the...
A plea to logic, yeah.
A plead to logic, yeah. To kind
I won't
of
be able to ever.
Yeah.
I'll go wisdom save based off of the simple, because we're doing a mass persuasion at this point in time, so it's a pretty simple explanation given. But Alfred, you can do advantage because you're in that camp already. So, or no, I'd be disadvantage. Sorry.
oh, okay.
Make it easier for him to persuade you. Sorry.
Sure.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Right.
Zedri, you can choose disadvantage or straight roll because you're beat to shit. So
I thought I nearly rolled a 19 on one of those, and I was going to be very upset.
Jofriedr, I'd say you're either a straight roll or an advantage because you're raging and going to town over here. So I'm going to let you make that call, same like Zedri. So
Do I
where
have
you
to
think your mind
roll?
would be.
Could I just fail?
Sorry,
Oh no,
sorry,
not the nat 20!
Oh
Very
no!
convincing Jofriedr. He's blinded by the rage.
Yeah,
Don't hear
21
anything.
still fails to the 27. So
Yeah, but
Oh.
it is what it is. Yeah.
ability checks that are nat 20s are not automatic successes. So he still doesn't
Fair.
meet it. So yeah,
I would, like,
Zedri, if you're
I would be
inclined
okay
to
with-
agree to it, I'd say you do the advantage roll. Or the disadvantage roll, sorry.
I mean, I would be inclined to say on a nat 20, Jofriedr isn't convinced and continues going. I feel like that's fair. Makes things more interesting.
Don't keep him going. He's
I don't know.
towards the end.
All right, Percy, I'd say yours is a straight roll.
Okay.
I mean, you actually are probably the only person who has a legitimate chance of getting close there. Well, your wisdom's not probably that terribly high.
No, it's it's an 11.
Yep.
I mean, I trust Silenus anyway, so.
I don't know. There's a little bit of bloodlust, though, going on here amongst the people wanting to kill. So, Kiesel with a straight roll. I don't know that Kiesel can even hit that. Probably not. +7. Don't think, unless he's got wisdom proficiency.
That was supposed to be for Kiesel. I don't know why
Yeah.
it went with me, but...
All right, so the party, Jofriedr, your call. Nat 20, you're still raging, still going.
I think if there's anyone that would still be going,
It would probably be him.
Jofriedr.
he came in pissed as hell.
Yeah, I think at this point you probably gotta knock him out. Just knock
It's
him
only
out.
one way to stop
That's
him.
fair.
You could
All
use the birds to drag him away from Izzy.
I don't think that a small creature could pull you
Well,
over
it's a
here.
swarm of small creatures.
All right.
Actually,
Well,
they're
the
pretty
all-important
strong.
one.
They're actually
Uh,
stronger than Alfred.
Izzy would have to
They're
nat 20
not
to keep
strong.
going. So we'll use the same rules as we're going with Jofriedr.
Advantage.
Oh, yeah. That'd be it. 15. All right. Jofriedr continues to fight as everybody else because Izzy's in control of everybody else. So them rolling doesn't really matter. If you convince her, you're in good shape. All right. You've made your persuasion check. Zedri, you're up. Having been persuaded to stop.
Does it seem he didn't have to be persuaded? He was already of that mind. Does it seem like everybody else is willing to listen, except for clearly Jofriedr? Because I know it's such a short time between.
Give me an insight.
Okay.
You don't notice anybody appearing to look aggressive other than Jofriedr.
Okay. Then in that case, Zedri's going to
Push
go
the
ahead.
advantage and support Jofriedr in his final battle.
Zedri's going to go ahead and stand up. He's like very exhausted. He probably like almost falls as he's trying to get up, but Alfred helped him out. And he'll give Alfred a smile as he is going to go ahead and cast Scorching Ray at Jofriedr. So he's going to go ahead and hold the Staff of Healing, and he's going to go ahead and fire off 3 bolts at Jofriedr.
I mean, I was just gonna attempt to enthrall him to make him stop.
I don't know that Jofriedr is overly partial to anybody enthralling him at this point.
You need,
Probably not.
You need
No.
like
Hopefully a friend doing it, though, will...
Hey, Izzy was a friend.
And I'm going to go ahead and add the D8 of damage onto that, which will...
Okay.
1 halved. And then the last, right?
1.
Should we this?
He's still up.
he is. Yep.
Yeah, he is. Zidger's going to look over at Jofriedr. He's battered and beaten, but he's going to say, I will do everything in my power to absolutely make sure that you drop if this is the kind of shit that you're pulling. And that'll be the end of his turn. But not without him giving a bonus action over to his Wildfire Spirits, who he's going to go
Nice.
ahead and command to hit Jofriedr as well.
Man, this has been a run of
22
PvP.
damage.
The
Holy.
slap fight from last session continues.
To be fair, Jofriedr did hit the shit out of Zedri
Yeah.
not too long ago. So,
Yeah. But that'll be both of their turns.
all right, Jofriedr's looking real rough, but he's still up. To bring up Izzy's turn.
It is Izzy's turn. What shall she do?
No, that's a good question.
It's a tough one. Izzy's gonna swing at Jofriedr, seeing Zedri popping shots off at him. Kind of just like casually gonna attempt to swing a tentacle and knock him into the water. Know what? No, we're gonna go tail attack. We'll go
Ooh!
Oh,
I might do it.
At 20, baby.
The first nat 20 of the battle.
To end
Is it enough?
You have to do 11, I think.
And it did it.
15. 15 is enough.
Jofriedr just takes the last tail slap and just clobbers into the side of him. He crumples to the ground. One of the few times we have ever seen the barbarian go down. Honestly, is it the first time since the Dreamer's Guardian?
Yeah. So yeah.
And then Izzy backs off and kind of just sinks down a little bit in the water and stops any further action. Action just kind of pulls away a little bit. Kiesel has attack of opportunity if he believes he needs to.
I think he was convinced to back off for now, so he's not going to.
Yeah. All right. I'll take us back to the top of the order. With Jofriedr down.
Are we still in initiative?
I suppose we are until everybody is out of death save problems. So until Jofriedr is actually stabilized, we'll stay in initiative order.
I guess Kiesel will just try to run over and do a medicine check then, I guess.
All right.
Slap him around a little bit.
No more.
His use his field hit skills. Nope.
Can I transfer my bardic inspiration to Kiesel that Jofriedr had? Since he's doing it for
What's the
Jofriedr.
DC check? It's a DC 10, right?
And
Yeah, it's just DC
Okay,
10.
so
Are you going to do Flash of Genius?
Yes, Flash of Genius.
There we go.
For a plus
Okay.
4.
All right. Jofriedr is stabilized at no longer making death saves, and we will go out of initiative order. We'll get rid of our battle music.
Yeah, Alfred throws like some sort of syringe over or some smelling salts.
I just figured it was a. Come on.
Roll of
Could be smarter
bandages.
than that, Kiesel.
You snap it, Kiesel.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
As Kiesel stabilizes Jofriedr and the battle stops, at least momentarily, everything kind of just draws to a little bit of a halt and a little bit of silence as everybody surveys the scene, and we're going to take our break.
We're all friends again.
A ceasefire tentatively put in place. A downed barbarian who's been stabilized but is still laying unconscious. Might be for the best. And of various individuals at varying levels of damage as Izzy kind of just floats in the waters of the grove off the shore a little bit, just kind of waiting to see what happens next, and attempts to telepathically communicate with you, Silenus. Do you allow it?
Silenus will allow it.
All right. So you got your stoppage. Got your friends to quit attacking my friends. I think it might be best that you and your friends just leave.
Izzy, I think that it might be good. I think that it might be good for us to actually have a heart-to-heart. Can I speak to Izzy telepathically?
If you choose to.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna speak to her.
So was that first part out loud?
I think that the first part was out loud.
Okay.
See, I'm not really sure where you stand, but given what I have seen, I do not think you meant harm any of us.
I said we
And
were all going to be
given-
friends. I don't know what would be harmful about that.
Yes. And I really do think, given the situation that these people are in, you being here would be a good thing.
Just trying to help to make this place better. And all my
Can I
friends
just do
were helpful.
do one last insight check on that?
Yep. He's convincing. She got a 19.
Izzy, I think that there's the thing about people is that they don't like having their choices taken away from them. And they don't want. If people find out that you have coerced them into being your friend, magically binding them, and when they finally wake up from it, they won't want to be your friend anymore. I think if you just ask.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just asked to be friends with people and told them about all the great things that we could do here. And everybody sees how great it could be, and they all get on board, except for you. And eyeball turns and looks over at Jofriedr unconscious body. That guy, who seemed just dead set on stopping any progress or any improvement to the town, and then you go and you beat up all of your friends. Who's got a problem with how to treat friends?
Jofriedr is difficult at the best of times, and I have take assurances that things don't happen to my mind. But I think in this case, I think it might be good to see things from another perspective. Could I take off that other lock I've put on Izzy accessing my mind and just open up all my feelings, all my memories,
Yeah.
everything that I've experienced with seeing my friends be in this state up to her?
All right. Jeff and everybody else.
I'm also
Ah!
gonna.
Hey,
What
yo!
Yay!
Hello.
Hello.
I'm
Oh,
also
he
gonna
can't
say
hear you.
that while this is going on, I'm gonna give Percy's gonna give Silenus the bardic inspiration.
Wait,
Percy
if
just sees Selena staring intently at Izzy.
She's like, I see you.
Something's going on.
I trust you. Ernie,
Good
you get
evening.
here and we're immediately having to Jeffin, so
Welcome to the Jeffening.
I got it, Jeff. I just got here.
Yeah,
Hey yo!
I meant to click the text chat to type inbound, and then I joined. I was like, oh.
You're conscious. Jofriedr is not.
Or can I type in myself? Okay.
All right. We got everybody good? Looks like it. All right. What is Silenus's greatest desire?
Silenus's greatest desire is to find a way to free himself from a binding that he does not have input on, in a way that will not hurt his family.
Okay. Are you... Let's say if you're disclosing that, then you would also be disclosing what that binding is.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I am fully
Opening up.
opening everything. I want Izzy to experience the panic I felt when seeing my friends start acting weird. I want her to experience. I want to try to have her experience my thought process of figuring out them being put under some sort of influence.
Okay.
Of charming.
So, Izzy does not have a detect thoughts ability. She just has the ability to telepathically communicate and also pick up on what a person's greatest desire is if that person chooses to telepathically communicate. Obviously, you shut that one off the first time around. So, yeah, she wouldn't pick up the rest of it unless you do choose to telepathically communicate that. And if you want to just say you're doing that, that's fine.
Okay, this is a little bit weird. But could I cast Detect Thoughts and give Izzy insight into my brain instead of the other way around?
I don't know. How is that worded?
It's fully not in the...
No, I know,
fully
but
not
if
allowed.
there's... I've watched some people turn some of these spells on their head, so I just wonder if there's some way we can. Read the thoughts of certain creatures.
Or... It does very specifically say self. It is supposed to be self. Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. If we can do some... If there's something like that could be worked out.
Okay.
No, it's a little bit of a long shot.
Roll me a spell attack.
Spell attack. Okay.
Yeah, roll me an Eldritch Blast attack.
I'll roll an Eldritch Blast. Just freaking everyone out.
Yeah. Okay, 18. Oh, yeah, that would help. Let's go to Izzy's stat block here. You attempt to do this, but it doesn't work. With an 18, she got a 24. So she resists the effects of having your thoughts put upon her. Reverse detect thoughts. Convey thoughts?
Convey
Sounds
thoughts?
like an odd way for a spell, but... Okay.
In that case, Silenus will just old-fashioned try and do his best to in words describe what this past day has been for him.
Why don't you just give me a persuasion check then?
Okay. No! Oh, I don't have inspiration right now, do I?
I don't think anybody does at this point.
Damn.
Oh, we need to give Kiesel back control of his character too.
Anyone in the chat wants to gift me a reroll, now would be the time.
I see that Saga caught the oh crap, Eldritch Blast.
And then Zedri was like, you better not.
Oh, you do have the Bardic
Marshall!
Inspiration dice. You have the
Marshall!
Bardic Inspiration
Marshall on
too.
Mars is granting inspo.
What an icon!
Alright. Okay, so you can roll again. Turn it into a...
No! Oh, do you know what?
Okay, you do have the
what size-
Bardic. I
Is that
believe
a
it's
D6?
D6s, I believe, with her, because she's not a very high level bard.
Okay.
13.
Wow. What a tragedy. Double 2s and an advantage roll.
Hey, you got the important first persuasion that got the ceasefire, so...
Yeah.
You don't feel like you really are able to get her to understand 100% your feelings, but it's not that she discounts them or fights against them. Just a matter of it's not sinking in. Give me an insight.
Okay. Okay. A lot worse at insight. Well, there's the roll when you need it.
Much better roll. Okay, with 16, Izzy's very childlike. Clearly not an... If she's an adult, she's in some way not at full mental capacity, but more than likely she is just probably a child of some sort. And so the lack of understanding is probably just a matter of she can't get those concepts. And you also, I'll give you this as well. She clearly has no idea she's doing anything to anybody. She thinks she's making friends. I'm going to pull everybody out of Jeffin unless you got something specific to keep.
Go for it.
Hello.
Somebody slap Jeff with a tail.
I think he's
There
had
you go.
enough tail slapping for one night.
I'm just saying it's been effective, so tail slapping seems to be the way to get the barbarian in line.
So, Izzy, I think that you just don't realize what you have been doing, and it's my friends, my family here want to help this town, but they had no intention of staying before their encounter with you. And I know you didn't mean harm by it, but that is what happened.
She blinks that one big eye several times. Kind of sinks a little bit lower in the water a little bit, so just the top of her head is out and like half that eye. I mean, I didn't know I was doing anything to hurt anybody. I was just trying to help my new friends. I didn't have any friends back where I came from. Everybody was so mean and they all tried to hurt me. And like those creatures in the bay tried to hurt me. And this was just a safe place. And I made all these lovely friends and they're all happy to help and gave me a new home. And I in turn helped them and tried to make things better here. But,
this is parentheses. This is out loud. And I
yeah,
do
hers
think-
would be telepathic with you, but
Yes. And you, like I had said, you, I think, can make this town better, and I think these people would appreciate your help and your friendship. I don't think that there's any reason that you need to leave. But I think that you're worried about protecting the town. And
Yeah.
from anything that I have seen, looks around at, kind of gestures at Zedri and at Jofriedr, I think that you are more than capable of defending yourself.
Kind of like slight head tilt. Thanks. I didn't like hurting my. Well, I mean, that guy was kind of mean, but Sechi was a good friend, and then he wasn't, and I didn't enjoy hurting him, but yeah, I guess I kind of can kick a little ass. Oh, I'm sorry. They're your friends. I probably shouldn't say it in that way. It was kind of
No,
It was kind of yeah.
you're
sorry.
fine. As you pointed out, we spent a good portion of this morning kicking each other's ass too.
Yeah, that was when Alfred told me about that. That was really crazy. I didn't really understand what was going on, and I kind of panicked. And then when you came in here and he was holding that axe and getting ready to come after me, I didn't know what to do. It was scary, but I'll be okay. Hopefully, is he gonna be okay?
Oh, he's bounced back from worse things. See, I think the best thing you could do, is tell what you've told me to everyone else. And then I think that perhaps, we will take the opportunity to try and catch up to those wagons of berries.
Yeah, if you need more, I'm happy to help. I don't like that things are happening to the people in Ashmain either, but she opens up the conversation to everybody that's conscious, I guess. um I'm Silenus has told me about some things that maybe I did some things that I didn't know I was doing, and I guess I'm sorry that happened, that I did anything. Um, I'm really sorry, Zedri, and I don't know if he can hear me, but I'm sorry for having to hurt you, but I thought you were trying to hurt me and hurt my friends, and I didn't know what you were doing, and I didn't want you to hurt Alfred or any of the other people here that were trying to help and be good. Um, but yeah, I'm happy to help you do whatever we can do to make things better around here. I hate to see you leave, but
Can I roll an insight check on the fact that Izzy said that she didn't mean for this to happen?
Yeah.
I know I'm missing a lot of context here, so I don't know what's been.
Zedri is feeling exactly the same though.
Because
Yeah.
So I know we were fighting and then we stopped. We haven't shaken any hands on that, have we?
no, it was Salinas made a mass persuasion of a 27 against everybody to persuade everybody to stop fighting. Jofriedr got 20. So
kept
he
going.
kept going and took a critical tail swipe to the head.
Yes. I would like to have Kiesel control so I can roll an insight check.
It should be clear that you should be able to claim him.
I have... Nope, do not.
You might need to refresh it. You might need to exit out and go back into characters.
Just close that window, not all of fantasy grounds.
Yeah.
While
Yes, that's what I meant.
while doing the
I
insight
know
check,
Ernie though.
would it also be possible to look at the damage from earlier where the worms were and see if or feel if they're like present inside of the body?
Worms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Context again.
Yeah.
Kind of tadpole-ish.
Someone's inspired by Baldur's Gate 3. Kind of.
It's the only one not playing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Got a lot on my mind. And in it.
And
Medicine check, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah.
Can't tell with a 13.
can Percy help and give him advantage?
Zedry just has his scarred arm out and is like twisting it, like pulling up the cloth to check his shoulders, because he doesn't actually wear armor.
What are you looking for?
The fucking worms, the things that they're like tadpoles that like went inside of me. They were like wiggling around through the. Guess it kind of broke my damus a little bit.
Comfortable planchet. The description.
Delightful.
All right, 14 on the insight check. Seems convincing. As to Percy helping, I'll let you make a separate medicine check after Zedry's mentioning what's going on. Mm-hmm. You can make your own medicine check on it. Oh, well, hey, look at that. 13's all around.
Yeah.
You see, like, little, small, very, very small amount of blood, because with all the water that's on Zedry, it's not a whole lot to go off of, but there's a little bit of blood there. But they also took some acid damage there, too, so...
I am wondering if it was not there were actual worms, but it was, just gonna tap her forehead, all in the head.
No, it wasn't. And the problem is that if we're gonna make any sort of accord with Izzy, how do we not know that there's worms squirming inside of all of the Atana berries? What if we just single-handedly sent off a shipment back to my hometown, and now everybody's going to be suffering like this? What if they grow inside of your body and then they just burst out?
And turn you into, and she's gonna point at Izzy.
Oh.
That is
no.
Very
just explode. You turned into something as kind.
That would not be good. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why we're not fighting.
Oh, I wanna turn to Percy.
Eh.
Do you believe that she is telling the truth? Because I don't want to, but I think she might.
Percy's also gonna make an insight check.
I will also note Jofriedr's not breathing.
Oh, we should probably do something about that.
I thought he was stabilized by Kiesel.
Oh my god, I forgot about
but
it.
he's not breathing.
He is, but he doesn't have.
He
Does
lost the
anyone-
ability to breathe before he went
the
unconscious.
ability to breathe.
No. Yeah, he inhaled some vapor. That's in his
What
lungs.
kind of party did I miss? Good lord.
Zedry will resolve that, but I do want to let them have the moment.
Okay, so your insight check is against Kiesel?
It's against Izzy.
Okay. With a dirty 20. Oh, I suppose that is probably at a high enough level that should roll, give you a shot on that one.
When Kiesel was stabilizing Jofriedr, would he have noticed that Jofriedr wasn't breathing?
I would say no, not necessarily, just because his medicine check had to be saved by your flash of genius to even get to the point of stabilizing him.
Fair.
Percy, you're convinced she's being legit. with her apology and everything. Just for your information, she got a 30 on her roll, so...
Ain't no beat that shit.
I mean, Percy's gonna look over at Izzy. I don't fully know what's going on, but I do get the vibe of a lost child just trying to find a home. I don't think she meant any harm. I think she's just trying to protect people and wants to get help in that. But I do think she fucked up royally.
Kiesel is holding his breath very shallowly. Sharp inhale.
The druid next to Jofriedr, as you guys are having this conversation, is going to heal Jofriedr.
Is he breathing?
Hopefully.
Look, Kiesel, I'm on the same page as you. I want to fucking burn this entire place to the ground. But I am pushing down my anger in the moment for the good of the rest of the innocent people around here. I still want to punch Desi in the fucking face.
Punch.
I was probably more like stalking grasp, but you know.
The vines go away also in the entangle region that was you just ran through, Zedry.
Zedry's going to go ahead and hold out the staff, and he'll have his Firebird perch on the end of it. He's going to cast Mass Cure Wounds to all 5 of the party members except for Jofriedr, and then the Firebird as well.
As Jofriedr comes up with the cure wounds that he just took, immediately gasping for trying to get any sort of breath.
Ooh. We notice? Do I notice?
Give me a perception check since you're all the way over on the other side, but Kiesel and Zedry would for sure notice. I don't think Jofriedr is very quiet about the...
The anti-death rattle, yeah.
Oh yeah, you see Alfred.
I know it's lots of action economy, but Alfred would have used the Pearl of Power to get a spell slot back in the interim. So he would like to run over to Jofriedr and cast a lesser restoration.
Into the water? Alfred the lifeguard?
Alfred the lifeguard.
Yeah, a lot happened there, Kiesel.
Yeah, really. I'm going to throw my hands up in frustration. I want to believe that you are telling the truth, but do you know how much suffering this has caused? Do you understand how much of a tyrant you've been? Taking away people's ability to make decisions for themselves because you think it's in their best interest to? By all intents and purposes, we've killed men for less. We've killed beasts for lesser. And if you are telling the truth, how can we guarantee this won't happen again? We're just going to leave, and then what? You're going to learn your lesson? You're going to freak out? You're going to want to help more people and more people? Do you think these people asked for you to be here? Do you think they asked to be put in this situation? So let me tell you, the fact that we stopped all this for you is a miracle. Nothing short of a miracle. A friend doesn't do that to people. To pull something over your eyes and to tell you that the sky is pink and everything's going to be fine. I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can turn our backs on you faithfully. And make a what check?
Intimidation.
I'm good at that. I'm real good at that.
Oh.
Kiesel's pissed.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, listen to Diesel talk. Jofriedr's just gonna kind of sit up one ledge up, and he's gonna kind of just
As you
rest
start
on
to
there.
breathe.
Yeah, as I start to
Okay,
breathe
so
again.
it does work.
I was checking to see whether it worked. So as the intimidation was going on. Okay, 21 intimidation.
I was reading through it and I wasn't sure on the wording of it, but figured it was a poison. Or a disease.
All right. You got matching 21s. So I'm going to go with the player gets to beat it. So Izzy is a little bit taken aback and kind of just like gets sheepish, kind of pushing back a little bit and sinking a little bit lower in the water as you're berating her.
Be glad it's only berating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if that roll had been lower, we were back in combat because you just pushed the buttons of a creature that was kicking the crap out of your party. So
I don't know that.
I don't know. There's a pretty bloodied and beaten to shit Jofriedr in front of you, and only one bloodied member of her entire team.
Alfred's
Zedri
still
was
not
also
convinced
down,
to
but
fight.
Nah, I really walked into it. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Zedri does have the staff of healing at like Jofriedr's like head, and he's just like, by the way, in the midst of all of this, pull any shit and you're back down.
okay. Intimidation
He's not
check from Zedri. Jofriedr, give me a wisdom save.
Yeah, I mean, he's just gonna be sitting there quiet anyway, so.
Jofriedr, he had a rough day. All right. Izzy's going to keep the open channel of telepathic communication with all of you. Obviously, Silenus, you have the option to tune her out at any point in time, but
Sure.
like I said, I didn't know that I was doing anything. I still don't understand how I was doing anything. I just thought I was making friends and talking to them and telling them about how great it would be to take care of the town. I'm sorry if I did something to, like, force you to do anything, but I guess I didn't. That's apparently something I could do. Sorry, I've spent a lot of time alone in my life, and I have not had like anybody who nicely went and taught me how to do everything that I can do. So if I can do something, I don't necessarily know I can do something. I don't know what to tell you. You're really mean, but I guess maybe I deserve it if I did what you say I did.
Izzy, I have not seen my family in over 10 years.
I haven't seen mine in 73.
Whatever your equivalent to age is, because you seem very young, but you probably have lived a lot of years, it's probably the equivalent. I have wandered the earth alone for months, years. Never have I had any one more desire to go back home. And because of this, if nothing was done about this, I don't think I would ever have the opportunity to go back home. I don't want to yell at you. I just want you to understand. Maybe if you get to know people better, but if you don't even know that you have some sort of innate magical thing that if you get close enough, you know what I mean? Maybe it's just like how I sweat unconsciously. You just radiate magic. I don't know. But I just want you to understand how big of a breach of trust this would have been.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I was like actively like controlling people and telling them that they had to do certain things, that yeah, I get it. I get it. I don't want anybody to do that to me. But I didn't know I was doing that. I just thought, I told you guys about how great it'd be to be here. And honestly, I wanted you to bring your family here too. And we can make this a new home for you. Because if you haven't been able to see your family in that long, I imagine it probably wasn't a good place to be.
Can Percy walk over to where Jofriedr is and start like helping him like wipe the blood off his face? And while she's doing that, she's gonna say to Izzy, where I grew up, one of the people I lived with had a contract with my mother where they each had their ends of the bargain. But essentially, he owned her. And me, by extension. So even though there were things we could technically do, I could technically walk down the street to the library. My mother could technically go to the market whenever she wanted. If he told us we couldn't, we didn't. That isn't us having the choice. It's similar with what you were doing, and I understand you didn't intend. But just because you feel you're giving them the option of staying, because of your magic, because of your innate abilities, instead you took that option away. You made your will theirs. And in all honesty, that is 100 times worse than what I grew up with. And I think you understand why, you need to understand why we're so angry and why we don't want this happening to this town anymore.
Having all the friends in the world doesn't matter if they can't say no. Those aren't friends.
I guess saying I'm sorry doesn't really seem to matter too terribly much.
And
It does.
What's this about?
See, it
worms?
does.
There's worms in the tonneberries? There's worms on our head?
What? There's no worms in the Atanaberries. Oh, I mean, I suppose there could have been worms that got into the Atanaberries. They get into fruit.
Like earthworms?
No, the tadpole things. Can you explain? And Zedri will gesture towards his upper arm and shoulder.
Yeah, that one, I don't really have control over it, but I do know about that one. I can get you help for it. I mean, unless you want it, but you probably don't want it.
What is it?
Oh, it's something that I've always been able to do, and unlike the other thing, I was kind of a couple times saw what it could do. That it's kind of how I make more of me.
Right. So I just want to know, why the fuck did you use it on me? I didn't bear any ill will towards you. I didn't hit you or anything. I've gotten stomped by Kiesel. I got thrown against the wall by Jofriedr. It was in a very similar position just a few minutes ago, honestly. And I do not understand, and I cannot possibly fathom how you could have an ability like that you know because you just named you've seen it. But you used it on me? And you could have used it on the others too, right?
Well, I don't choose to use it. It's something that just is naturally in when my tentacles, and they kind of come up in the nice Silenus angle from last session. Tentacles come up and it's like, if I hit somebody with them, sometimes they get in them. I can't control it. The only thing I can do to control it is to not use my arms. But you guys were attacking and doing things to try and harm me, and I thought I needed to defend myself. And I'm sorry. Like I said, I can get you help.
Will it be that help?
Silenus, when you first got your magic through your pact, did you know how to control it right off the bat? You might have had some accidents.
Oh, yes, that was, it wasn't great. No.
No, and Zedri, the same thing for you. When you first learned your druidic wildfire, did you have any sort of, embarrassing, I mean, maybe this is what could be happening here? Granted, this creature's much older than all of us.
Right. If we want to talk through some sort of like education program or something like that, I'm fine with that. I know how to use charm magics, but I don't like it. If that's what it comes down to.
Maybe this is just the uncontrollable sorcery of magic and its wacky effects. I don't know. I'm still very pissed. Don't get me wrong, but I got it out of my system, so maybe we can try to find a solution.
But it's not the same. If you had a fist that killed anybody that you touched with it, would you ever use that fist?
Only to kill people with? What do you mean?
Right. So willingly knowing that information and still using it just in terms of self-defense, I'm beyond the magic that you used to enthrall us or whatever it was. I don't hold that against you. But if there's worms in the berries, if those tadpoles snaked their way up and they made it into the Atana berries, then that means everybody is in danger and you are not saving anybody.
I have to agree with Zedri here. Is that's very, very dangerous. And if it is that uncontrollable, then we have an entire town that's already sick and dying that's in even more trouble.
You think that Izzy attacked the Atana berries before she sent them off?
I didn't do anything to the berries.
Also, Zedri, have you not killed in self-defense?
I think this is more like casting a fireball and then having a house next to the explosion catch on fire accidentally. It's less like, you know what I mean.
The fact that I am one defending Izzy in this situation is not lost on me, but Zedri, are you saying you'd rather this town be left to fully reconstruct itself without any kind of outside help?
And what do you propose Izzy, a sea creature, is going to do to rebuild a town?
Because I think her best option was to enthrall people into helping rebuild the town. And if that's not going to be an option anymore...
I'm not saying that she should do that. I'm more saying that Izzy herself could help with things.
How?
There's nothing that she's done since she's come to this town. She hasn't bolstered the people or anything like that. All she's done is warp their minds.
Nothing has been done in this town since the storm.
Maybe we ought to have this conversation outside of the grove, away from the giant monster that could kill us.
I do agree that we should probably catch up.
Respectfully, I'm at the point where I think everybody in here's a monster right now, and he'll look towards Izzy and say it out loud.
Nudge, nudge.
I think that perhaps...
Yeah.
Izzy, do you think that the town can rebuild? Perhaps that you could make sure that Tana berries are being... The schedule of trade is picked back up to
Yeah. I mean, I said I didn't I didn't do anything to the berries, and I was happy to help Ashmain, and I tried to send the wagons, and I did send the wagons, so that
Indeed.
those got sent over, even though you didn't want to go with them and help deliver them. I did still get them sent, and because I don't wish any harm on anybody, and I've never attacked any of the people in this village, mind you. With all of your accusations that I'm trying to do all these horrible things to all these people, I never consciously did anything to try and harm anybody in this village. Go ahead.
Insight check.
And so perhaps at this point, it would be best for us to perhaps inform Minister Heiza, if she is not already aware. Izzy, you and her can coordinate, and we can go catch up with wagons with the berries in them. Zedri, if it would make you feel better to personally inspect them, we can do that as well.
I have to figure out what exactly this is. You said that you could go ahead and offer help, but what exactly does that look like? Because I can do all the shit that these druids can, and he'll gesture at all of the druids around.
I think.
Why did you think I wanted you all to be my friends and stay here and help? You guys all seem like you're really capable of helping with things in different ways. No offense, Silenus, you're very persuasive and everything, but the whole playing a song while everybody else was doing all the work, yeah, it's got its use.
I fucking knew it. I thought the same thing.
By the way, 27 on her check against you guys on your insights, so...
I think if it's all the same...
She's got more charisma than everybody but Silenus, so...
I think, Izzy, if it's all the same, we need to discuss this privately, but I think we need to follow where the berries are and make sure that they get to where they need to go.
Yeah, they're well on their way. I'm happy to help. Like I said, I don't mean any harm towards anybody, and I'm sorry if I did anything to harm any of you. Obviously, before he came in here swinging an axe trying to kill me, I did what I had to do to defend myself at that point.
But do you understand why he did that?
I didn't do anything to him.
At this point, Kiesel's going to start kind of gesturing everybody to leave the grove. We are walking this way.
I'm just glad that we're all friends again.
Oh, shit, the fuck.
Yes, we are indeed, Alfred.
Alfred,
Very
if you
much.
use the F word around me again, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Alfred is still charmed.
Zedri's
Sorry?
gripping the staff of healing, and he wants to go ahead and mutter under his breath and cast enhance ability on himself. So I'm gonna go ahead and give myself Owl's Wisdom, just like a little tiny brand in the hand that's tightly clutching, veins protruding, like just to have that.
Do you want me to get somebody to get the priestess to help with the stuff?
These sound effects, I'm so sorry.
Yes. Did anyone else get those on them?
Well,
I hit Zedri and I hit him.
Jofriedr.
Yeah.
Right, well,
So
both of
they
them
might-
probably. Might be better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah. It's just her eye turns towards one of the druids and they quickly run off and leave the grove.
Again, this might be some, like, previous knowledge, but I might not, like, I don't know. I just got here. Hi. So, are the druids, like, do we know if the druids and other people are still under this enthrallment?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Fuck.
Potentially.
Fuck.
As far as you know, yeah, all the people that are in here seem to be, because they all stopped fighting at the same time, so.
Fuck.
We need another tsunami.
Zedri's gonna look at Izzy, and there are two things that he wants to do. This is the first time that he's finally gotten an opportunity to fully look at Izzy, as have almost any of us now that it's kind of this calm. Is Izzy a familiar creature?
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, Arcana.
Oh.
What an interesting question.
Interesting number.
17. No, not familiar to you.
And that determines the questions Zedri asks. Izzy, based on everything that you've done, everything that's been said, everything that you've come to know, do you truly feel bad about what you've done?
I mean, apparently, when I want somebody to be my friend, I guess I can make them be my friend. And I'm sorry, I don't want anybody to make anybody be my friend. I want people to be my friends, don't you? I mean, I think we all do. It's a nice feeling to have friends, but yeah, I don't want them to be my friend if they don't want to be. And everybody that I've met here has been really nice to me. Some more than others.
Can you feel when they're friends with you? I don't kind of dart my eyes over to Zedri real quick.
I mean, like, I have better relationships with some people here than others that, like, we can, like, they talk to me more. They talk to me when they're not here.
Is it a feeling, though? Like, if you felt like you maybe let go of something, they'd stop. You know what I mean?
I don't even know how I do that.
I don't even know how to explain it either.
I mean, I think I get what you mean, but I don't know how I don't know how I do it, so I don't know how I undo it.
How can you turn off a machine that has no on button?
So even after coming to know all of this knowledge, you feel bad about it. You're sorry. But is that a true, deep regret?
Yeah, I don't want to force anybody. I Silenus and I had a really good conversation when he first got in here after, everything got really bad. But he tried to tell me about his feelings and, that feeling of being, possibly being controlled and stuff like that. And I don't know if I did that to him. He didn't seem to be. If I did, he was the worst friend I've had since I got here. So.
Well, Izzy, you must have done something really interesting, because I've known Silenus for quite a bit now, and I guess this is the most I've heard him be described as someone that shows his feelings.
Yeah, he tried to show that to me, and I gotta admit, it's a little bit hard for me to grasp that, but I think I understand, and yeah, I feel really bad if I've been doing that to people, and I'll try not to do that. I guess try not to want people to be my friend that hard, and just try and get to know them is. It's really hard, but I'll do what I can.
I think that is the most any of us can do.
So just gonna absolutely undermine that, and she would like to make an insight check to see if, with this information, this is a resolution, or she's just gonna kind of like maintain the status quo, but maybe be a little bit more cognizant of it.
I want to insight check that as well, because I was here the whole time when that happened.
Nice. Insight.
One of us.
We're all friends.
Alfred, I
Yeah,
swear to the
when we get out of
gods.
town, we need to smack Alfred around a little bit more.
Dude, I'm trying to get Izzy to unflex her muscle and just.
She nat 20 to a 32.
Oh my god, how?
She's a bard.
She is better I'm guessing persuasion than Percy does.
Dude, we literally have to come back.
Slinus.
We have to come back and fucking kill her, dog. That's the only thing I can think of right now.
That's why Jofriedr is quiet.
To be fair, this just means that she's convincing you that she's legit. You don't know whether it's persuasion or deception that's getting there.
Yeah, dude, I'm not.
But you're also not doubting it at her completely obliterating your rolls, so.
So would we see it as a resolution then?
Yeah, she's convincing you. Her persuasion is above your insight reproach.
Jofriedr is going to
Seems
slowly get up
unsettled?
and start walking out.
Alfred will follow. Guys, I know it's... I know we talked about following the berries, but I could probably take a nap.
We can take a nap on the way, but I think it's best we leave.
Percy's gonna start following them out, and then she's gonna stop, turn back to Izzy, and say, the thing with Silenus and Jofriedr is, though you did not make that tether of what you're calling friendship with them, because of you forced their hands into hurting their friends, the people they've been traveling with for months at this point. And I'm a bit new to this group, admittedly, but I'll give you this one piece of advice for whatever next group of adventurers happen to accidentally stumble into this situation. When you start going into the minds of other people and their friends, their people can see that, they're not going to like it. So, whatever tethers you put up, however you want to picture it, just be mindful. Understood?
Yeah.
And with that, Percy's just gonna follow the rest of them out. Her birds fluttering behind her.
Flying away from the commoner that just got pecked halfway to death.
I'm forgetting about that.
Hey, if Eyeball over here doesn't know what a band-aid is, he's gonna be bleeding to death.
Wait, it took 9 damage.
9 damage. 9 damage.
Slinus is going to give a bow. Say, be well, Izzy, and... No. Maybe someday we will meet again. Visit. Until then, be well. Keep everyone here safe.
I will.
Good. And Silenus will follow behind everyone else.
I'll have... Where are you going so I can have the priestess go to you?
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. I think it sounds like people are heading back to the lodge.
Oh, the lodge. Yeah, that's a... Okay.
Yes, I know.
That's actually where she's... I bet she's at. I lost contact with everybody there, so...
Well, that's... I'll make sure to look into that. Silenus is like old sweat down the back of his neck a little bit right now.
Lost contact with everybody there.
Zedri,
Yeah.
do you think your friend, Verilia, isn't it, back in Ashmain, might be able to help with the worm issue?
She probably could, but I don't know exactly how long these things are going to incubate for. Izzy, how long before they hatch?
It varies. Haven't had a whole lot of experience with it, and I haven't ever had experience with somebody like you folks. Your body might handle things differently, but usually about now that things start to go. So it'd probably be good to go to the priestess ASAP.
So let's do that. Thank you, Izzy. Goodbye. Be well. She's going to seriously start worrying people. Like, he's all for talking, but there's no new resolutions that we're going to come to right now.
Zedri and Jofriedr give me perception checks.
Oh, dude.
Oh no, I did the classic performance thing! Ah! Oh no!
Get you a reroll out of it, right?
As well, yeah, I had a... Okay, cool.
Oh.
Hell yeah!
Not to mention perception was the one you had your bonus.
Yeah.
You both notice that your skin is starting to kind of change to a little bit of a translucent color. Just very subtly at this point. And as long as it stays that way, we'll deal with that later. If we come to it.
We've already had threats of someone in this group losing a limb. We're not going to deal with that again. Let's go, people.
Not going to cut off the arm. Cut off their skin.
I'd love to make one of you a limb, but I don't have the wherewithal to do it right now.
I always thought it would have been me with the new limb too. Oh, I'm missing out on all the fun.
Yes, fun.
These boots are walking. We're
Yeah,
all right,
We're walking.
All out.
Even Alfred.
Even Alfred. He's very confused, but he's walking with the group.
DM, please tell me the person I kicked the shit out of back in the inn isn't the priestess.
Nobody you saw in there looked like a priestess of Aurora. So.
Okay.
You would be familiar enough with the attire to know that none of these people look like that. So.
Okay.
Oh man, that'd be brutal. Oh yeah, that person that's supposed to save you. Yeah, you killed her.
I spared the dying.
Holy crap, what's all the staff of healings going off?
Oh, that was from Mass Cure Wounds.
Mass healing word.
Mass healing word.
Yep, gotcha.
And then Zedri's going to go ahead and try to go up to Jofriedr and just apologetically try to TSA check his arm with the staff and cast Lesser Restoration. See if that helps at all.
Does not.
I have a question. I don't think it's meta, but I kind of want to ask it. When we broke free, mentally, were we still getting DMs from Izzy?
Some of you were.
Some of us were once we broke free. No.
Be fair to conclude that the telepathic... Well, you've just been all communicating with her telepathically. She can't talk normally, so...
And once we're getting away from the grove, and I'm just gonna assume that we're kind of bunched up together like a bunch of kids, I just want to make sure everybody hears this. I don't want to talk about what happens until we're out of this town completely by a couple miles.
Agreed. But also, and Percy's gonna turn to Alfred and fucking punch him in the face. See if that'll break.
Incredible.
Last thing we need is to jump out of the water over the grove and.
Zedri will try to catch Alfred like by the back.
All right, Alfred. Okay, well, first off, make the unarmed strike, which is just a strength check.
Strength check.
If it's a surprise attack, does she get advantage?
Sure.
Yay!
What? Double nines.
Miss.
You actually don't even make contact with his armor or anything. You just completely. Alfred just kind of walking along, and whoop, fist just goes right behind him.
Huh? He'll turn back around.
I think she was.
Can one
at
of you
like
do
a fly
this?
or something?
A fly?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
sometimes my
I think
arm
it's.
just.
I think it's on
gets-
your. It's on his shoulder. Isel, could you?
Zedri's gonna move to block Kiesel.
Alfred will start like turning around in place as he's like walking along almost. It's almost like a little dance at this point.
Kiesel's not. Kiesel's just walking.
Oh, cool.
Oh, all right. But then we'll deal with that later.
Well, yeah. I was hoping we could go ahead and get it done, but I'm too tired.
What are we getting done?
We're going to make sure that
That we're all
Jofriedr
safe and
Zedri
sound.
stay. Yeah, the Jofriedr and Zedri stay. Jofriedr and Zedri.
Oh, right.
With all of us are safe and sound.
We make it to the lodge.
So yeah, you make it to the lodge, which is a bit in shambles. Really having a chance to really take it in as you're walking up to it and looking at this whole corner of the building that is basically collapsed. The wood completely shattered and destroyed. There's still these pillars of stone and earth sticking up through it that have been shifted into their current form, and you actually, for the first time, catch sight of various goods and broken jars laying around the ground that presumably that was the pantry that it went up through on the bottom floor, and so there's all these Atana berry preserves just like shattered on the ground and just goo. And a decent sized crowd around the lodge, about 12 people that have gathered around and are hauling people out that are unconscious. There's 6 people hauled out. One of them, they all are unconscious. Half of them don't appear to be with us anymore. And looking up into the second story, you just catch for the briefest glimpse, Silenus, as you're going past, your face spirit still standing at the top of the stairs because it's an hour, correct?
Nope.
So it's still standing up there, standing guard over your broken room.
Could I very subtly just dismiss it?
Sure. It bamps out. You hear a couple sighs come from inside the building, a sighs of relief.
Excuse me, we're looking for the priestess?
And before too terribly long, a couple minutes, then the druid that you saw leave the grove comes hurrying up with a middle-aged catfolk woman behind him, dressed in cleric robes that look very reminiscent of, not the exact same as the ones in the Six Bells Temple, but very similar. Very clearly, Priestess of Aurora. as she comes hurrying over to offer her services. Yes, I believe there's some folks that needed some massive healing, maybe contracted something.
Point at them. Those two?
Okay. You both look rather worse for wear. Let's see what I can do. Let me find my spell. All right. How damaged are you? You two?
I have 5 hit points.
All right, solid.
I have 17.
You now have 75, Jofriedr. And Zedri, you're 100% healed. As the woman moves from one to the next, going and muttering some prayers to Aurora, as she kind of just like passes her hand over top of you, and feel a very major surge of ethereal energy go through your body, passing over it, and just a tingle all the hairs on your body standing straight up. This is definitely beyond any level of healing spell you've ever dealt with. This is a 6th level spell. As she drops 2 6th level heals, one on each of you, to heal 72 hit points apiece. And remove the effects of the little wormies.
What level is
Do we
this
see them like
cleric?
shoot out of us or something?
Yeah.
Very high
Are
level.
they like exploding pimples or?
It turns
what
out
happened?
there's
You
someone
actually
even more
immediately
dangerous.
get this, like, while you're feeling this whole tingling sensation, it almost just like turns into like an uneasiness and butterflies in the stomach, and you immediately retch and leave all these little worms in your vomit on the ground.
Delicious.
Fun.
Alfred
All right,
will turn to the priestess and just like give her a deep thank you.
Happy to help. I'm sorry, I can't help if there's anybody else that needs healing. I'm going to need a rest.
No, you've done more than enough. I really appreciate everything that you've done. It's as a priestess to
Scarce
Aurora,
Cauldron asks, where's Cybil?
I'm naturally a fire heart, so my heart is with Infernus, but my thanks to Aurora in this dire hour.
Jeff is redeemed. Where's Cybil?
Don't eat the vomit.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
Okay, after thanking the priestess, can Alfred make a perception check to see where Cybil is? Or Sybil's wandered off to?
Where last we saw Cybil is she was still up in the room.
Not the one that got destroyed.
Well, so the spirit was protecting the top of the stairs. So she might technically still be in the room.
Give me the perception check.
Oh, I will. Give you a 3. For a total of 5.
No sign of her.
Hey, has anyone seen Cybil? I know this room is not available anymore, but I think she was in the other room.
I can find it. Zedri will kind of like pick himself up, like wiping off his mouth from retching. And then he'll go ahead and summon an ember and cast with his last 2nd level spell slot, locate animals or plants.
Oh, handy.
Okay.
As long as she's within 5 miles.
please tell
Which
me.
just directs you towards her, doesn't it? Or
Direction and distance to the closest creature or plant of that kind.
okay.
And I'll be very specific in like Cybil, like past just
30
dog.
feet away. And direction pointing towards the room that you didn't destroy.
Zedriel point.
Alfred will begin to scamper about, making his way up the staircase.
Stairway's clear. And tiptoeing past the cartage of the first room, find Cybil just sleeping next to the bed in the next room.
Cybil, come here. Come on, let's go.
She gets up and hurriedly follows behind you.
Alfred will take a small bit of rope and attach it to the end of Sybil's collar and just keep her close by for now.
All right. So as you receive your healing and retch up your worms and locate Cybil, what are you doing? There's only one room left in the inn to stay in if you want to stay, but I kind of got the sense people wanted to head out on the road.
Fuck it, I'm taking the exhaustion, bro. We're fucking walking by Oregon Trail this hoe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be good to leave. We do have horses.
No, you don't.
They're with
Listen,
They're
with
pulling the
wagons.
wagons.
Oh yes, you're right. Well, very good to get started then.
Are there any horses we can steal in the village?
Jofriedr's gonna start walking.
Percy's gonna follow.
So I guess there's no horses to steal.
Silver, has Rank returned yet?
Yeah, as you're finishing this up and having this conversation about horses, actually like following behind Alfred and Cybil, Galfred kind of just like stays in the doorway for a brief second, waiting until that dog gets past, and then follows behind, looking more dog-like than Cybil at this point is. She's carrying something in her mouth. As she returns to the party with this tiny little fragment of Fireheart horn in her mouth. Or his mouth.
Before we leave, I believe this is yours.
Thank you. Zedriel put his hand out.
Alfred will walk up to Zedri. Is there anything we can do for it? Do you want to do anything for it?
I could try.
I think there's probably more important things to worry about right now, but we can go ahead and focus on it later when we don't have this happening.
Right. This will like put it in his pocket, I guess.
Okay.
Or you want to hold on to it?
You can I can put it in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
All right.
Alfred will go ahead and stuff it away.
And he'll gesture to the bag of holding at his side. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
Percy, who's walking up next to Jofriedr, her metal owl like cradled in her arms like a baby. Hey Jofriedr.
Yes.
I'm really sorry you got hurt in all of that. Hopefully next time we come through here, we'll be able to actually solve the problem.
I don't think I'll be coming back to this town.
Same. But if we do, she's gonna look behind her. By the gods, I really hope we don't. As interesting as you all are, I think once we get back to Ashmain, I'll be making my way back to Six Bells.
You know, I will be sorry to see you go, but
Well, it won't be for forever.
Oh no,
is true?
considering Zedri already gave me permission to stay at your house.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm thinking of opening up a workshop there, and then I have a
Amazing.
place that we could honestly just work on a lot of things.
That'd be amazing. And I'll make
Yes.
sure the construction crew does whatever you all instructed them to do.
Did we? I don't know if we actually started any construction.
We were gonna wait till
Oh.
we got back. We didn't want to leave such
Yes.
a mess for our keepers.
Yes. But
Well, I can get it started for you then.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
let's
we
not.
didn't. We didn't have the capital to start it, quite frankly. But
Percy's gonna wave her hand. I've got it. Don't worry.
Well, let's see what see what our songbird wants to do. We won't want to keep her caged up if she has any more performances in Six Bells.
sure. I mean, and I'm sure we will be returning there shortly after we deal with our business in
Hazel,
Ashmain as well.
did you just call me your songbird?
Our. Well, more like Silenus's than anybody. The way you two perform. I'm just saying, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's just get back to Six Bills. Let's just get back to the fucking coast first. I'm tired of this
Ugh.
fucking town.
Oh, the coast does sound wonderful.
Salinas gives a short look over at the coast over in the edge of the town.
Keeps his back his turn.
Would it be possible for Zedri to approach Alfred? Everybody else seems to be having like a conversation off to the side.
Yeah, are you guys walking out of town? Is that where we're headed at this point?
It seems kind of
Okay.
seems like we're just kind of like ditching at this
Yeah,
point.
we're walking out. We're walking and talking.
Oh,
Alfred's still
Actually-
kind of confused, but
He's
I
going
think-
to be.
For a little bit.
All right.
Yes.
As you slowly make your way out of town, having these brief conversations, Alfred, in your head, you hear Izzy's voice just say, I hope you come back, see me again sometime. I wish you well. And again, really didn't mean to harm anybody.
Alfred will respond. I hope to be back soon as well. I'm sorry things didn't quite go so smoothly between everyone, but hopefully with some time, they won't be so upset. I'm still quite confused as to what all is going on, to be honest, but I hope you'll do well.
I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm with a good group of friends.
All we can hope for. All right, Zedri, if you want to saddle up next to Alfred as he's completing this conversation.
Yeah. Zedri will kind of see Alfred, give him like a moment of space, kind of hesitating, and then he's just going to lean in, specifically to whisper in Alfred's ear, "Hey, Alfred, I just wanted to let you know, don't leave my side. They were trying to hit you."
They? Who? I mean, of course I won't leave your side. I've always got you. No matter what, you can rely on me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if it's necessarily something that you want, or if you don't exactly know what you want. But the whole Izzy thing, we'll get it figured out.
Right. I'm still kind of confused because I don't think Izzy's a bad whatever they are. But everyone seemed upset, and I'm not quite sure.
It's okay. And Zidro put his hand on his shoulder, and he's like, "Thank you for saving my life too." It's actually ironically not the first time that we've left a body of water, and you've been the one to kind of like pull me out. Seems like most of the instances we have are related to bodies of water.
Alfred will give a laugh, a chuckle even, and say, Zedri, I hate the water, I think. But if there's one person that I would go into the water for, it's you.
All right, that seems like a great moment.
Oh!
And that's an
To-
anime moment to end on.
Mm-hmm.
As you step through the gates of Swordensteed, heading back on the road south back to Ashmain in pursuit of the wagon tracks you're following, and Alfred and Zedri share that nice sentimental moment. We'll conclude the session for tonight. Thanks to everybody in chat. We had a nice active chat tonight. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Raid at the beginning and the guy who led the raid also joining the Discord server. That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you're not on the Discord server, come join.
Join another party? Hell yeah.
And we didn't TPK. Woo!
Not if I can help it.
So yeah, that'll conclude the video on demand for tonight. We'll go into our post-game stuff here in a little bit, which will continue here on the Twitch. But to the video on demand people, thanks for tuning in.
Goodbye, y'all.
Bye.
See you next week.